Hi, I'm Jurian, and I thought I would take a peek at Adho Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog, with you, which is a posture that I love and adore. It's also one that I have struggled with at times in my life, and I know that others may love and struggle with it as well. It has so many incredible benefits. It is a fabulous stretch of the backside of the body, and at the same time it also offers a great opportunity to really practice strengthening and stability. In every yoga pose, we're always looking for a balance of that stability and mobility, strength and flexibility. For some, downward facing dog is an incredibly easy and accessible posture. For you, if you have the flexibility to come into that beautiful equilateral triangle, you may actually want to back off a little bit and really focus on how do I find the muscles to engage in this posture? How do I connect to my core? For those who are really focusing, struggling with finding how do I find elegance in this pose, you might consider shifting some things like letting the knees bend, letting go of a goal like putting the heels on the earth so that I can find the integrity and the length in the spine. If you are working with anything in your wrists, your shoulders, your back, your hips, your knees, your ankles, any of the joints really, please be mindful. I'll offer some suggestions along the way, but let's take a peek and look at a very straightforward version first. Simplest version, we come into table position, spread the palms so they're really alive, tuck the toes, take a big breath in, and on the exhale, press into the palms, press into the balls of the feet, lift the hips up and back, sits bones to the sky, and then, as much as is available, we begin to lengthen the legs, sending the heels toward the earth. Now for some, it may feel like it is so difficult to get the energy back and up. If that's the case for you, if there's a sense of, I can't get the weight off of my hands, there's a sense of congestion in the shoulders, you might want to try blocks. Love the blocks in downward facing dog. What this will do is actually lengthen your arms by 3 or 4 inches, and you'll find that it's much easier to bring the weight back. For that, spread the palms, really important. Heel of the palm is pressing right into the edge that's close to you. Tuck the toes, big breath in, and exhale, float the hips up to the sky. You might find, as I do, that you can get your heels a little closer to the earth this way. Another option for those who are working with tender wrists, it does the exact opposite of what we just did with the blocks. It'll shorten the fulcrum of the arms. You can bring the elbows under the shoulders. Palms on the ground, tuck the toes, and lift the hips up to the sky for a dolphin or downward facing dog on the forearms. Now, a question that comes into this a lot in this posture is, what the heck is going on in my shoulders? If you think about the shoulders drawing down and not hugging together, not meeting in the back body, but hugging down the back and actually wrapping into the sides of the body, latissimus dorsi. Think of wrapping those, hugging these shoulder blades in, yeah? With the palms, they're spread. These are going to be just like your feet. These are your connection to the ground, just as feet are in Tadasana. We want them to be really alive. So fingers are spread. Think of pressing into the pad of each finger. Think of pressing into the root, particularly of the thumb and the index finger, because they're going to want to roll out. So those two things are happening almost in opposition, in tandem is a nicer way to say it. The shoulders are rolling open, back, down, wrapping in, and then the hands are rolling down to the center. So there's almost the sense of movement going in 2 different directions. Down to the ground, to the thumbs and index fingers, and wrapping out and back and around in the shoulder area. The sits bones, think of lifting them up and back. For some, if you're super flexible, actually you might need to pull out of that a little bit to think of lengthening the front body as much as the back body. Long, neutral spine. And the least important thing are the legs. The hamstrings are often short. They often don't allow for the heels to get all the way to the earth. What if the hamstrings, what if the legs being long, the heels being on the earth, is not as important as finding the integrity and the elegance of the spine? Right? So let's try it again. Bring the hands under the shoulders, shoulder width apart, spread the palms, press the root of the thumb, the root of the finger, index finger down to the ground. Hug the shoulder blades onto the back, wrapping the shoulder blades onto the side body. Lengthen from tail to crown. Relax. Tuck the toes. Big breath in. And on an exhale, begin to lift the hips up. Letting yourself take time to press the hips back and up. If the elbows have hyperextended, if the elbows have locked, unlock them. That's a great way to focus on really cultivating stability around the joints. Pressing hands into the earth, hugging the shoulders onto the back body. As I press the hands into the earth, I'm actually at the same time trying to lift my weight off of my hands. Sits bones reaching up, long spine. And then I might start to pedal the feet. Finding extra length in the hamstrings and the Achilles tendons, in the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius, and then letting the heels come as close as they're willing to the earth, looking for an equal amount of effort in my legs and my arms. Crown of the head, extending out toward my thumbs, deep breath. Long neutral spine, stable shoulders, an elegant balance of both strengthening and flexibility. And slowly inhaling, the knees down to the ground, untuck the toes, let the buttocks come back to the heels, take a few breaths in child's pose. I hope you enjoyed that brief exploration of Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Namaste.